Elizabeth's Craft Room. Today we're going to make this project using some goodies from our autumn winter catalogue, and let me show you what we are going to use. I'm going to use these mugs. Now I've only got the dies at the moment, which are these Cup of Cheer dies. I haven't yet got the stamps, so I'm going to be using some stamps out of the big book, and I'll show you which ones as we go. These are quite interesting. You can see the mugs go both ways. That's because this stamp is actually reversible, so it stamps the same image either with the handle going to the right or left. I think that's really an interesting thing, and I say I'm excited to try those when they arrive. If you've already got them, let me know in the comments below what you think of them and whether you like them. So we're just going to use the dies today, so let's get some bits and pieces out ready for that. So I'm going to cut, I'm actually going to cut this sort of poinsettia flower one and this mug, and I'm also going to cut a candy cane. Let's take this to one side and bring in the big shot. So my mug is going to be in shaded spruce. I'm going to this time use some gold foil for, got some bling on there, some gold foil for my poinsettia image. Let's push that one through as well actually. Okay, and then I've got some little pieces here for the candy cane. I'll do the plain one in white and the striped one in red, and we can cut all of these elements in one pass. Right, let's take those pieces out. Now I might need take your pick tool, picky uppy tool as I tend to call it, just to take those little pieces out. And for this one I'm actually going to use the die brush. There is a mat that goes with the die brush, but sometimes it's just as easy in your hand, and I don't need to go and get the mat out, and that will take most of those little pieces out. Right, I've cleared all those little bits up. And I've still got one more to get out, I've just noticed. There we go. Cleared up all those little bits, and we are ready to do some stamping. Now I'm taking two pieces of cardstock here. The Whisper White is 2 3/4 by 3 1/4, and the Real Red is 3 inches by 3 1/2 inches. I'm going to stamp using this one, the stargazing stamp, because I think this image here makes really good steam coming out of a mug, and I'm doing that with the smoky slate ink, just inking up the top piece of that, and then the bottom bit there we can cover up with the mug. I'm going to put this these pieces together now so that we can place them on there. One little tip when you're gluing little narrow pieces, especially foil, is to do it on a silicone mat. And what I do is I take a piece of sponge. I do write Tombow on the top for our Tombow multi-purpose adhesive, because I don't want to be putting that sponge into an ink pad. But you'll see if I pick that up with the sponge and then holding this still, you can sponge all over it, get a nice little layer of glue. Not too much, and it does make it a lot easier to stick, and I'm not spreading glue around on there. And I'll do the same thing on my, let's pick up the excess there, do the same thing on my little candy cane. Tombow glue is actually very strong. You do not need a huge amount of it. Let's pop that on there. And because that's on the silicone mat, that will just rub off when it's dry, or you can wash it under a tap and that will all come off. So there's our candy cane. So I'm going to pop my candy can in this side, I think, this time. With a solid back piece, it's easier really to just put a little bit of glue. You could also do this with some mini dimensionals. Put my candy cane in there. Then I have some dimensionals to pop the mug up with. There we go. Just love that as steam. I think that works really well. You could draw it on. You could draw a little swirl of steam on, but if you happen to have the stargazing stamp set, and why wouldn't you? It works really well. Okay, so that's that piece there. Let's get our base card. This is a thick Whisper White layer. Base card rather, and then we're going to put on some designer series paper. Now this is lovely, it's got a gold sheen in it, and that's why on this card I went for gold for the poinsettia rather than silver as my overlay on the mug. And if you want to know where this paper's come from, it is a massive pack in here called the Most Wonderful Product Medley. You could pretty much make everything you need for Christmas out of this. It's got a stamp set, it's got dies, it's got cardstock stickers, it's got card front layers, it's got bling of all sorts, and it's got 48 sheets of paper, and one of those sheets is this one here. So just in case you were wondering where that came from. Now I might go jaunty on this card. Shall I go jaunty or straight? What do you think? Oh, I don't know. I'm going to chicken out and go straight. But you could do it jaunty. No, I still like it better straight. Okay, and we're going to do a greeting now. I'm stamping my greeting in real red onto a piece of Whisper White. And I'm going to punch that out with the Timeless label punch. I'll take another little piece of this and punch out the story label. The story label doesn't show a huge amount, but it does just show a little bit. And I also want a strip of cardstock, which is 3 inches by a ½ an inch, just to layer this up. It doesn't show a huge amount on here, but it just gives another little bit of interest underneath. So I'm going to pop that down, not too high. Pop this one on the top. I'll pop up the greeting. Oh, I didn't say where that greeting was from. The greeting is from Rustic Retreat. I'll show you that stamp set, which is in the big book. It's this one here, and it has got some Christmassy bits in there, but it's also got some other stamps that can be used any time of year. I really like this one a lot. If I had the mug stamps, I probably would have used one of the greetings out of there because they've got some quite nice ones, but I did think sending warm Christmas wishes went very well with a mug. And I'm just going to finish off with a little bit of bling. And just a little bit of bling. Now that was my original one. Which one do you prefer? Do you like the silver or do you like the gold? I think both of them look nice. I probably prefer the silver. I probably prefer the one I did the other day. And you can see this stripe is another one of those dies that will overlay onto the mugs. And whichever way round you have your mugs, your dies will work as well. So thank you for visiting Elizabeth's Craft Room. If you would like any of these goodies, you can get in touch with me or your own demonstrator if you have one. And also get in touch if you would like to see a copy of the autumn, winter or seasonal catalogue from Stampin' Up. Thanks very much for visiting today, and I look forward to welcoming you back again soon.